with blackcrane79.com. I am back here with another video for you guys. So what I've decided to start doing is just to put out some sort of like 5 minutes little videos on just a specific hand that I played at the micros of late. I'm going to start doing this on a much more regular basis because right now it is March the 27th of 2015 and I put out all of one video this year, and that's pretty pathetic. So a lot of times I think it's just because I can't think of some big concept to talk about. I'm still going to try to make those videos from time to time, but I'm going to try to get into the nitty gritty of just pick a hand and talk about it, and hopefully that'll be useful for you guys. So first hand I got lined up here is I got aces at NL10, and this is a full ring game. It should be noted. We have 7 people at the table. There's two empty seats. So as always, just go over my HUD really quick here. We use villain 4. 50 is the number of hands. 36 is the VPIP. 24 is the PFR, or the pre-flop raise, and 11 is the aggression factor. So let's get right into this here. So villain 4 does raise under the gun, and as we can see, he's got very laggy stats for full ring at 36, 24. And villain 5, who is sort of one of these tight passive regs, calls behind him there. So typically that means some sort of set mine, perhaps a just below premium hand, or something like pocket 9s, pocket 10s, or an ace king or an ace queen. So we'll see what happens here. So I don't want to screw around in a spot like this. I've talked about this many times in my videos here on YouTube and other places, that I just want to raise it up here and just play it super standard at the lower stakes here. As we can see, I don't really have much of a history with either of these players. I've got 100 hands and 50 hands. I've got 150 hands total between the two of them. So that is another reason at any limit to just play the standard ways, because I don't have a history. I don't have a reason to play it a different way. So we just go for the typical 3-bet there, which shows ridiculous strength, but this is the micros, of course, and they will call with dumb stuff. So the lag actually folds, and the tight passive nit comes along. So the reg comes along. So what does this mean? Well, typically, like we said before, he's probably got some sort of set mine when he calls originally pre-flop, but when he calls the 3-bet here, tripping over my words, out of position like this, it typically means that he has some sort of hand like a pocket 9s, 10s, jacks, queens, or perhaps ace king or ace queen. Those hands, of course, are difficult for him to have because we have 2 aces in our hand. But that's typically what he's going to have at this point. He's probably going to fold his 8s or less, something like that. And he's going to continue with all of those hands that we're still beating, but he just can't fold because he plays NL10 and they don't realize what range I'm representing here. And it doesn't matter if you have pocket 10s or pocket deuces. I'm probably ahead when I 3-bet an under the squeeze an under the gun razor here. But that's why the micros are always fun, right? So the flop comes 8-7-9. Now, typically this wouldn't be the greatest flop against a sort of tight reg like this at the micros, because this is a real set heavy kind of flop, right up the range. But like I just said, we can really narrow this guy's range down so much because of his pre-flop actions there. So we'll just sort of see how this plays out. I mean, what I was getting at, there, is that this is actually not that scary of a flop when we consider the fact that he could have top set here, but it's very unlikely that he has 8s or 7s. I think he's probably going to fold those hands pre-flop. And he's probably got a lot of hands like 10s, jacks, queens in his range here, which are awesome because he's probably going to get those in after the flop. And if he does have the ace king or the ace queen, then obviously we're not going to get paid off very much here. So he does go ahead and donk bet into us, and this, I mean, he's almost got his hand face up at this point. And really the point of this video is just understanding how to hand read against really sort of basic I want to say poor regs at these stakes. his hand is basically face up as one of those small overpairs that we beat at this point, and so it's just a super simple shove over. We don't expect him, and basically why I say his hand is face up, because that other part of his range, the ace king or the ace queen, we don't really ever expect him to donk out with those. A passive reg like this, one aggression factor, is basically always going to check fold those hands, and he's going to do this sort of bizarre donk. Probably call. I almost always call when we shove over, which is what we do, and he does call. Hope he doesn't have queens. Three's not going to make any difference at all, and he has tens, one of those hands, as we predicted. So, hopefully this video was useful for you guys. It's just showing how to number one, get the max value at NL10, but just understanding how to hand read against some of the weaker regs at these stakes, and understanding when it's super easy just to get all the money in. And I'll try to get some videos in the future, of course, where it's the opposite, where we recognize through hand reading again that it's likely a spot where we're actually beat, and we should get away with our overpair. But one video at a time here. I'm going to try to put out videos like this, like I said, a lot more often. And so yeah, subscribe below if you want to see more videos like this. You can always go check out my website, of course, where I have weekly articles on how to crush the microstakes. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. It's been Nathan Williams with BlackRain79.com.